who has finished shopping. And while she had left her bags in the car, she went into another store to do a little bit more shopping. And in the midst of coming out so happily about the thing that she got from the store, she approaches a car and she sees 4 men inside the car. And without any hesitation, she drops her bag and she reaches into her purse and she pulls her gun out. And she points it at the 4 men and she said, "Get out the car. And I'm not scared to use it." And without any hesitation, the men looked at this young lady, and sure as she was, she had a big gun. And them 4 guys took off, and they began to run. And the lady picks up her bags and she gets into the car. And when she gets in the car, she takes her key and tries to start the car up. And she's so scared of what just took place, and so she's trying to get out of the Dodge, but for some reason she can't get her key into the ignition. And then she looks around to see if the men is any close by, and then she pays attention to the car and realizes that this is not her car. So with great guilt, because she felt that she was possibly in the wrong, she takes and look down 4 car lots over and see her vehicle that looked just like this car, and she goes to the police station to put in a report because she felt that she pulled her pistol out on somebody and she committed a crime. And so as she began to go and tell the sergeant what happened, there was already 4 men at the police station filing a complaint about a woman who pulled a gun out on her. And so the sergeant begins to laugh and he begins to point the woman towards the 4 men. And as the 4 men begin to look at the woman, they was fearful of what she may do because of the experience they had in the parking lot. And so nevertheless, the men understood what took place, and so the charges was dropped. But I want to let you know, amen, on today, that we don't own anything. The car that she thought was hers was not hers. And even when she got to her car, the car that she felt she paid for is not hers. Everything that we have and everything that we bring forth possession to belongs to God. And when we try to put claim on things that don't belong to us, God gets frustrated because of what he has done for us. And so this month we've been talking from a series called You're Not Done Yet. And on today I want to talk with you about stewardship. Now it's not merely my time to try to exegete the text, and I'm not about to talk about money, because oftentimes when we hear preaching about stewardship, it turns out to be something about money. But God showed me something in the text that he desires for us to be stewards over what he has given us. And when Jesus had left, he said that he would send something to us, which would be a comforter.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And with that comforter, it's supposed to give us power. We're supposed to receive something he's given us, and then we're supposed to maintain that until he comes.
Talk.
And so I want to, amen, if you would just allow me, amen, if you can just turn the text to 1 Corinthians 4, 1 through 5. I promise you, amen, I'll move very slow. 1 Corinthians 4, 1 through 5. And the word of the Lord says, "Let a man so account of us as of the ministers of Christ, and stewards of the mysteries of God. Moreover, it is required in stewards that a man be found faithful. But with me it is very small thing that I should be judged of you, or of man's judgment. Yea, I judge not my own self, for I know nothing by myself, yet I am hereby justified. But he that judged me is the Lord. Therefore judge nothing before the time until the Lord comes, who both will bring to light the hidden things of darkness, and will make manifest the counsel of the heart, and then shall every man have praise of God. As I expressed to you a little bit earlier, amen, that what you have really belongs to God. When you go to the hotel to visit, as soon as you get there, you're going to give your bag to a steward to take your things to your room. The things that you have given to this steward is not the steward. It's yours. You are the owner. And what you are expecting is for this man or this woman to get your items to a place that will be considered safe. And you should be relinquished of any concern of your things getting there. So I began to understand, amen, that God is desiring for us to be good stewards over what he has given us. Stewardship is defined as being responsible, overseeing and providing protection of something considered worth caring for and preserving. God is the owner and we are the managers. Everything we have today comes from God and it is his. We own nothing. David says it like this in Psalms 89 and 11. You don't have to turn it. But I am not the owner of the things in my life as a steward. I am merely a manager. You have to understand that when God gives you something, you're not the owner, but you are a manager. You're supposed to manage the things that your owner has given you. God has entrusted us with some things, and for some reason, we have mismanaged what he has given us. Yes. If I believe that I am the owner, I am constantly going to I'm going to constantly be in conflict with the owner if I believe that the things that I have is mine. If I believe that the things that I have is mine, me and the owner is going to constantly be in conflict because he's saying it's mine and I'm saying it's mine. That's right. And what we have to understand is that God is calling us to be good stewards over what he has given us, and he desires for us to manage what he has given us. And so the question confronts us on this morning is, have you managed the anointing that is on your life? Have you managed the things that he has given you, or have you disappropriated yourself and found yourself absent of his anointing? Jesus. You see, what happened is that if Jesus truly did not die in vain in your life, then there should be some evidence of you managing what he has given you. That's right. And he's looking as one who is the owner. He's observing to make sure that you have properly kept intact of what he has given you. How do we do that? By prayer. That's right. By fasting. Yes. By coming to church today and like we always do. But he wants to make sure, are you managing what he has given you? Yes. Paul expressed here in the text, as he was writing to the Corinthian church, about how important it is for us as believers to understand the assignment that is on our life. That God did not just call us to show, but he called us to show and tell what he has given us. To cry loud and spare none. You have to understand and ask yourself, are you interested in the things of God? Because when you're interested in the things of God, then you'll take deep consideration of why he has given you something to be interested in. When I realize how important the anointing is that he has given me, when you realize how important the anointing is that he has given you, you find deep interest in what he has given you because it should be valuable. Amen. I'm going somewhere with this. It should be valuable, and you should no longer should be the tail, but you should be the head, risen up in Jesus, understanding he is the author and finisher of your faith.
Yes.
The reason why I live is not because he gives me air to breathe, but the reason I live in the abundance is because of what he's done for me.
Yes.
Notice, it is not required of a steward to be eloquent or to have many gifts, but that he may be found faithful according to the text we just read in 1 Corinthians 4:2. Moreover, it is required in stewards that a man be faithful. Are you faithful unto death like Jesus was according to the assignment he's placed on your life? Has things come and disrupt your life until you no longer desire to live for him, but you carry the title as if you are the believer? People of God, let me explain something to you. Each and every one of us are going to have to carry our nails and our cross.
Yes. Yes.
Each and every one of us is going to have to carry our nails and our cross, and we're going to be accountable for the things we do.
Yes, we do.
This is Resurrection Sunday. This is the Sunday that God has fulfilled through his Son the things that he said he was going to do concerning laying down his life and rising it back up. The interest of him laying down his life was us. And when someone takes the penalty for the things that we so deserve, how do we not become indebted to him? How is it that we just say thank you and do what we want to do, and he paid it all? If I'm going to be a good manager, then I have to understand the interest that he has in me and his people. So if he cares for me, I have to care for myself, understanding that there is a place that I am soon to go. And the question confronts us, are you ready to lay down and rise up in him? Are you ready to lay down your heavy weight? Are you ready to lay down the things that have you guilty and bound? Are you ready to lay down the things that keep you away from him and rise up in him and be an ambassador for Jesus Christ?
My God.
I know sometimes we don't like this kind of preaching because we want to hear the shout, he raised. Oh Lord, he raised. On the third day, they couldn't hold him down. They spread him wide and they hung him low. Oh Lord, yes they did. But living he loved me, and dying he saved me, and buried he carried my no. There comes a point in time when the reality has to hit us that something took place. That we can't understand, but it has separated us from God, and God united us because of the blood of Jesus Christ.
Yes, sir.
Yay. So Paul expressed here, and he tried to show something to the Corinthian church, and he tried to let them know how important it is to be a good steward, a good manager, a good keeper of your soul. Do you not know that we have an adversary who is as a roaring lion seeking who he may devour? Do you not know that, yes, I understand that this is a happy day, this is a joyful day, but I need for you to understand, because I don't want to miss the opportunity to let you know how important you are to Jesus. That he loves you unconditionally. That no matter what you do, he still loves you, but he desires for you to do better. Good is not good enough when better is possible. And it's supposed to come to a point in time that you say to yourself, something happened on Sunday morning Now, we can get real technical and get real theological and say, well, I don't know if it was on a Sunday, this and that, and third. Listen, all I do know is he once was dead, but now he's alive. He rose up in me because once I was dead, and now I'm alive. And something happened. Woo! Something happened. And so what we're going to do here on today, we're going to make a declaration, amen, that for God we live and for God we die. We're going to make sure that after today, that we no longer be the men and the women that we once were, but we will become the men and women that God called us to be. You're the head and not the tail. You're above and not beneath. And God did not send his son here for him to die, for you to miss out on the blessings and the benefits that he had for you on heaven and on earth. God has something great for you. He has something marvelous for you. But you got to recognize it all was for you.
That's right.
Ooh, it was all for you. Why was it all for you? Because Jesus was already with his Father. He didn't have to remove himself from a throne of grace and mercy. He didn't have to remove himself from a place where he enjoyed himself. But he came just for us. For us to have a relationship with the Father. Relationship is so important because if I can't hear from him, then why do I expect for him to hear from me?
Jesus.
My Lord.
If he's talking, then I should be listening. He says something to those who prosecuted him, but they was not listening. Let me explain something.